Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Raw Deal Reboot. I'm your host, Boxer, and I bring to you my lovely guest, Dictator. Dictator, how you doing?
So I'm Bison now, huh?
Mm-hmm. I figured it's worth it to have gaming avatar names. So, Dictator, how are you?
Okay, yeah, I'm doing all right. Handling personal business over here.
Nice. So, if anyone listening, this show is iteration number 2. We decided to press, click start and select restart or reboot. We took the cartridge out, blew on it a little bit, and decided to reboot the show with more of a gaming focus, and then split off other focus on the other shows, just so that we can have some consistency and allows us a little bit more time to expand on ideas here with gaming and other ideas on the other show. With that in mind, Dictator, what gaming news has found your fancy this week?
I've got less than a month until Uncharted 4 and Doom come out.
Now, I'm worried that Doom isn't going to be the Doom that we expect.
Yeah, I have kind of the same concerns. I mean, what was the last FPS that it put out before this?
Rage?
Was it Rage?
Yeah.
I remember it got okay reviews. Like, it wasn't great. It wasn't bad, and it definitely got rolled over by the usual suspects like Call of Duty in the sales section.
Well, I actually own a copy of Rage, the PS3 version, and I did play it, and Rage was great from a technological point of view, which is why John Carmack did a good job with it, but in terms of game design, it wasn't anything to write home about. And in terms of storyline, it wasn't anything to write home about. So anybody who wanted a really good story didn't get it, and anybody who wanted good gameplay didn't get it. And then people who wanted something pretty don't really tend to buy games just for the pretty. You know what I mean?
Right. On that note, I think that's what made the original Doom so great was the I guess partnership of Carmack and Romero.
Yeah, because Carmack did great for the tech, and Romero did try to push the envelope when it came to what the game offered.
Right.
Speaking of which, I find it funny that I'm part of the Doom Facebook group, and Carmack is actively a member. Oh, not Carmack, sorry, Romero.
Oh,
so
Romero.
If I post a message directly to Romero, he will reply.
I mean, it's kind of funny when you look at their individual outings, and they're not really groundbreaking when they're by themselves. Like you take a look at Daikatana. I mean, that one fell flat on its face in terms of on the technical side.
Yeah.
And then you take a look at what you just mentioned about Rage. It was great on the technical side, but it kind of came up short on the others. But Carmack's not involved in this new Doom, is he?
No, he's not.
So what do you think that's going to mean for what we're going to get?
It means that it's going to be good from the what do you call it? Good from, I don't know. I'm really concerned.
Well, do you think it's going to be a passing of the torch, or do you think it's going to be a disaster?
I'm concerned that it's going to actually be a disaster. Actually, it's going to look okay, run pretty quick, and I know they're trying to go back to their roots because they left the roots for Doom 3. They kind of made it more story based and a little slower, a little more creepy.
Right.
But you weren't fast. Like, what was nice about, going back to Doom 1 and Doom 2, you had this, like, urgency of, never standing still and never creeping around. You just kind of open the door, and then it's like it's the evolution from Twitch gaming. You just kind of. Oh, by the way, any youngsters out there, Twitch gaming doesn't mean the Twitch streaming site. I mean Twitch gaming like, you go around a corner and the person who wins in deathmatch is the person who can click the button faster.
Yep.
Back when the games were actually competitive.
On that note, if I was going to go back, if it was me in charge of if I was the head design guy, if I was going to go back and try to bring Doom back to its roots, but at the same time, appeal to a modern audience, I would use the brutal Doom mod as a point of reference. Because basically what the guy here did was, for people who haven't tried this out, he took the original Doom but added in elements, like modern elements, so being able to look up and down, being able to reload your gun. He actually added some new weapons, like he replaced the pistol with an assault rifle, and it's great. It's like it takes the best of classic Doom and all the actual good innovations and puts it on into one really nice package.
Yeah.
So rather than like I'll say, I would use that as a point of reference of where to go. Maybe I would do more than just kind of make it a high def facelift, but kind of okay. This is our starting point. We build off of this kind of thing.
Yeah. No, and as a starting point, it's actually really, really good. And I know that they even actively stated like they wanted to go back to the faster routes, and especially that one demo was pretty damn awesome. You open the door, you run through, and you're running by stuff, and you're cutting things in half, and you're just got to go faster and faster.
Right. There's one thing I remember the most from playing the original Doom was in the single player, you're just like constantly getting attacked from multiple directions at once, which is why you have to keep moving. You can't just take cover behind something. Like that's what I loved about the level development of the level design of the original games. There's literally no place where you can sit still.
Yes, there's no place where you could sit still. That's a good way to describe it. Except when you kill everything, and then you're trying to find out where the damn door is.
Right. Like once everything's dead, then you can chill. Like the only time that you can really like sit behind cover is during maybe during the Cyber Demon fight or the Cyber or the Spider Boss fight, where it's just you and the boss. After all the other underlings are dead. But for the most part, it's a game where you really have to be good at dancing.
Yep. Well, with Doom coming out, these conversations are really coming forward of, what are we expecting? Is it going to live up to the hype? Is it going to live up to the people who want the classic Doom versus the people who want the creepy Doom? Because that was the difference, right? You had the creepy Doom where you what do you call it? The creepy Doom had like who was it?
You're thinking like Doom 3 with a flashlight and all that, right?
Yeah, because the first iteration of Doom 3 with a flashlight, you couldn't hold the gun and had the flashlight at the same time in the first before they changed that in the patch. You know that, right?
Yeah. That would have been good for like a Resident Evil style game, but that's the thing. Doom had its horror elements, but like in the original games, the horror was more like kind of like the weird demonic setting. It was the Resident Evil style spooky setting. Episode 3 of Doom 1 was you literally go to hell.
Oh, yeah.
So that was like the spookiness that that I got from playing the original was, that there's always the dark atmosphere, but it wasn't like the focal point of it. Like it didn't become a gameplay element. There we go. Like, right, like you didn't have to switch around to using a flashlight or your gun. You could just pick up the night vision goggles and shoot stuff off. And the other again the other part that made it kind of creepy was the demonic styling. Like you see like those levels in Inferno, you see like the elevator, and it's still like an elevator shaft. You see like a spine.
Yeah.
And you're walking around like the weird floor that kind of looks like brain matter. It's stuff like that. Like the kind of weird organic look to it. I don't know. Seeing when I watched the I don't know what to call it, the announcement videos, I guess. It felt less like. It didn't feel like that demonic kind of influence. Like when I was watching it, felt something like, I don't know, Call of Duty or Monsters. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it had more of like who's the director that everyone likes to rip on? The guy that did Transformers.
Michael Bay.
Yeah, it had more like a Michael Bay kind of feel to it.
They threw everything at it in the kitchen sink.
Yeah, like you just had this huge explosion and all these monsters just pouring out, but it's like, okay, come on, like anyone can just see kind of it wasn't unique. The experience wasn't unique. It wasn't like watching. It wasn't like your first run through, say, Shores of Hell, where you see like this mix of human technology and the kind of like biblical kind of demonic influence going on. Like you see like the pentagrams of the skulls on them, or the like the flying eye, the floating eye that just seems to kind of follow you. I don't know. I mean, I'm excited for this, but on the same token,
you're not buying it day one.
It's not day one. I'm not doing a day one on it.
Well,
I mean, here's the thing. I am perfectly happy with Brutal Doom. I mean, it's on all my computers. It's on my phone. If I got downtime at work and no one's looking, it's on a flash drive. I can plug it into any computer and play.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's like if the new Doom, for me to be interested in it, for me to put down money on it, has to at least be on that same level as Brutal Doom.
Well, it's hopefully going to be that way. You can look up and down.
Well, I mean, it has to feel like old school Doom, and with modern mechanics. It can't just look like old school Doom. If you know what I mean, like what we're talking about, like with the level design and stuff. It can't just be Call of Duty with a Doom skin.
No. I mean, if the demo is something to go on, it's definitely not going to be Call of Duty. But we'll see. We'll see. But if
I'm gonna give it a chance. Like I'll see what it has to offer, but I want to see what it has to offer first. I'm not gonna just go ahead and buy it based off the name.
But is there room for this in the industry right now? Because like what's this audience, right?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, obviously they're trying to capture old school guys like us.
Yeah, but that's not the market. The market's the 5 to 15-year-olds. The guys who,
right.
After school we're gonna go play for 6 hours type of kids.
Right.
They're the market, man. They're the ones that are spending the money. Them and like the young 20-year-olds. But they all grew up in
that's a good point, because if they're going back to classic Doom, those kids are gonna get a rude awakening.
Exactly. It's
no more recharging life bars. Like you actually have a health bar. No, you can't just sit there. you really can't camp in the way maps and Dooms are.
Nope.
It's gonna be just straight run and gun, and yeah, they're gonna get a rude awakening.
Well, how is this going to be different than like a slightly more? It's like, do you really want this to be like a Halo with a brutal Doom mod? Because I mean, Halo, you have like you have your melees that are godlike. You have your guns. You have monsters, which are aliens in that case, and you have somewhat of a combination. You have your basic recharging shield, but you do have your life bar. So when your shield is gone and it hasn't started recharging yet, it starts taking away from your life bar type stuff.
Actually, if there's anything I want to see out of it in terms of just like how health works in this game, I want to see something more like what they did in Resistance with a and they also do this in Sniper Elite 3. You get a semi-recharging health meter. It's broken up in 4 sections. So as long as you're still within that block, it'll recharge. But if you take too much damage and you're done in the next block, only that block recharges. So it'll give me room to be able to play a little bit to be a little bit crazy. But on the other hand, it won't let you just kind of rush out in the open, shoot, duck, wait 6 seconds, rinse and repeat. It won't let you do that.
Oh man, I hope that there's a level option for brutal where you don't even have that and it's just straight up non-recharging, and then another level.
You have to look for first aid kits again.
And then a really beginner level called I Am a Weenie.
Oh man, they gotta bring back the difficulty names.
Oh, neat. Oh man, so if they do that,
hard should be called ultra violence. That's another thing. I want this game to be violent as hell.
Yeah, it's Doom, and it is the game. It's like, other than Mortal Kombat, it is the game that made parents go, video games are too violent now. Like,
even after Columbine, they'll still get blamed for crap.
So yeah,
they learn how to shoot from playing Doom. I'm sitting there going okay, have you actually played Doom and then actually tried to fire a real shotgun?
Oh, hey, speaking. Never mind. But I have to say that this is actually really cool. It kind of fits in with what we're talking about. The BAFTA Awards, BAFTA. They're basically a video game. I'm not fully sure exactly what the BAFTA Awards try to award, but I know that John Carmack got awarded Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
But what is the BAFTA?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't really look into it.
Oh, British Academy.
I just saw he got an award.
British Academy of Film Awards. Really? Oh, British Academy of Film and Television Arts. That's weird.
To tell the truth, if that's what the award is, I think Romero is actually more deserving of it than Carmack if we're talking about the original Doom.
Oh, it's the British Academy Games Awards. So that's weird that they still call it BAFTA, even though they're talking about games. No.
Because being a pioneer in the industry, I should say, being a pioneer for first-person shooters and stuff. Honestly, as much respect I have for Carmack, I wouldn't put him on the same level as say Hideo Kojima.
Well,
because Kojima was able to nail gameplay and plot. Carmack can't really do plot, and on the same token, look at John Romero. He can't really nail gameplay.
No, all Carmack is, he's an engineer. He's the guy that makes the tools that other people use to make awesomeness.
Right.
Like if Carmack made a game, it would be Rage. if right? But if Romero made a game, Romero did. Remember Daikatana? He just
Yeah, he said he was gonna make us his bitch.
with Daikatana, he just didn't have the tech to back it up. Like together, they were genius, right? Which, by the way,
they're like Chris Farley and David Spade.
Yeah,
together you get gold. Like Tommy Boy.
So I mean, it was interesting on how they awarded. The focus of the award was called a Fellowship Award. Gabe Newell and Shigeru could. Did Shigeru?
Oh, the Nintendo dude.
Yeah, Mima. They all have gotten this before, but John Carmack got it specifically not because he can make games, but he has pushed gaming tech. They specify that. This is specifically because
I can see that.
Yeah, they didn't say that he was the best game maker, but they said that without him, you really wouldn't have the modern first person shooters the way it is now. And from a technical,
Doom was to say it set the bar would be an understatement.
No, exactly. And from an engineer's point of view, what they were saying that Carmack did is he made the ability to make awesome dynamic environments run on faster on cheaper hardware. Like
yes,
they technically could have made Doom without John Carmack's stuff, but it would have taken forever and a day to render everything. Like the tech wasn't there, but John Carmack was able to do dynamic lighting, was able to do all these like changes in sprites and vectors that didn't exist. That technology didn't exist at that time, and if he didn't do it, we wouldn't have the first-person shooter dominance that we have today.
On the same token, though, if we didn't have Romero, would Doom just basically be a glorified tech demo?
Yes. Doom sold units, Doom sold operating systems, but mainly because it pushed the tech and showed what the tech can do. In terms of as a game by itself, without Romero and without American McGee, Doom would just be a tech demo, which is exactly what happened with Rage. I keep coming back to that because I own the game. I didn't even buy the game, so I don't have.
I've actually heard it described as a glorified tech demo.
Rage?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't even spend money on it, and I feel player's remorse, not buyer's remorse. I didn't buy it. I just feel bad that I've spent so much time playing it because it really. I tried very hard. I got through not a lot of the game, but I got through enough to reveal all the game mechanics. And I look at it and go, I'm really not interested in any development in this, any character development, nothing. I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I'd rather play something else.
Right.
And so, yes, glorified tech demo, but not to take anything from Carmack or from Romero or American McGee. I keep throwing him in there because he's actually pretty awesome. He just didn't make anybody his bitch, but it's
the way I would describe the original Doom, like I was saying earlier, like saying the bar wasn't good. I would describe it as the gaming equivalent, or at the very least the FPS equivalent of the Wright Brothers airplanes.
Yes, that's a good way to look at it.
I mean, that's the impact that this game had on the industry.
No, that's true. It literally let the industry take flight.
Right. I mean, granted, we had Wolfenstein 3D out already, but I would equate that to the like, for example, the gliders, the pre Wright Brothers gliders. They had gliders, they have balloons already. It's just the Wright Brothers took it a step further by putting an engine in the thing. The Johns and American McGee took it a step further by just taking everything up a notch.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, well, I'm ready to to move past Doom. You have any last words on it?
Any last words on Doom? It's, you know, the existence of the brutal Doom on itself just goes to show how how timeless the original game is.
That's true.
Like you play the original game with the brutal Doom mod, it is more entertaining than like the latest Call of Duty outing.
Yeah.
So the team behind the Doom 4 or whatever it's going to be called, just Doom, they got quite a legacy to live up to. Did they do it? Honestly, maybe they can make a game as good, but I'm still gonna give them the benefit of it. I'll give them a fair chance to prove their worth.
All right. No, you know, we're still not buying it day one.
No.
If it's good enough, and I know this is the way that the market works and their statistics works, it's the first two. They measure it based on the first 2 weeks. So me and a bunch of other people on this gaming website that I attend a lot, we all agree, or a lot of us agree on what they call the day 6 edition. We wait 6 days to see if there's any network problems for multiplayer, to see if there's any bad bugs, to see if there's a bad bug specifically in a particular console or PC. We let it all shimmy out, and then if we really want to buy it, we'll buy it on the day 6 edition.
That's not a bad idea.
So I like that philosophy. It still gives them their checkbox of, hey, you know, we got sales, but it allows me time to make that decision.
Right.
With that in mind, have you downloaded the PS4 patch or update?
Yeah, I did.
One, it allows for 4 terabyte drive support.
Yeah, but I was reading that there aren't any 4 terabytes or 4 terabyte drives out yet that will physically fit in the thing.
So they're planning ahead. I give them mad props. But what they did offer, which is actually kind of cool, I actually tried it out, is the ability to stream your PS4 video to a PC. So,
yeah, I heard about that, yeah. I'm not going to be impressed yet until it can do what the PS3 does with PS1 games, be able to stream via internet to a Vita or a PSP.
I don't know if we can do via internet.
I actually put that to the test once when I was still in school. I dropped in an original Einhander PS1 disc in my PS3. Went over to the campus, which is literally the next county over. You know, connected my Vita to the Wi-Fi, and in about 3 minutes, I was playing Einhander with very little lag.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to play Street Fighter over that streaming, just over my local network.
Right.
It worked okay. I had to set it to super low resolution and super everything, but it's also because my computer's not that great. So a turn-based game or a game that's less intense actually would probably work decently in this thing because, you know, I got a wife, you know, Mrs. Boxer takes over the TV every once in a while, so I gotta use, you know, my laptop as my other screen for the PS4, and it works.
Well, using the Vita is another thing for the PS4 works pretty great too. Like when I'm staying, whenever work takes me up to where my parents are living at, and I stay with them for a while. Oh, sometimes my dad wants to use the living room where I got the PS4 set up, so I'll link it to I'll use the Vita as the other screen and use the Vita controller. It works pretty good.
Nice. Speaking of PlayStation, have you checked out anything else from the new Uncharted that's coming out?
You know, I haven't, but I'm knowing Naughty Dog, I'm just gonna buy the game day one and just let them blow my balls off. Like, I want to go in literally not knowing anything about the game.
Okay, can I tell you? Can I talk about the mechanics, or do you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's fine. I mean, it's just I haven't gone out of my way to look into stuff. So I'm just gonna, you know, pick up what I hear here and there and just let the game completely blow my balls off.
So, what I'm really interested in this game is you can go into a battle, into a fight, with four people helping you out. That's actually kind of cool. Like your teammates, and they're intelligent about it. I mean, a little more intelligent than it was in Uncharted 3. Remember, like Uncharted 3, at one point they had how many characters were with you?
Are you referring to the horse chase scenes?
No. I'm talking about in the castle in Uncharted 3.
Oh yeah. You had 3 people with you.
Yeah, this one you had four, and they're more intelligent. But
Well, here's
sorry, go ahead.
there. Well, I was gonna say, what did they do to keep it from becoming too easy? Like you just sit back and let the AI do all the work.
The AI keeps track to see if you're having trouble, but at the same and draws fire, but they don't really kill things very easily.
Ooh, that sounds. I kind of like how they're going with that.
So they don't make it too easy for you, but if you're pinned down, they can try to draw fire, and that's about it seems like that's about the extent of it, at least at the difficulty level that the reviewers are playing on.
See, I like that because usually when you have like an AI partner, they really don't do anything. Like you're pinned down, and it's like, hey, help me, and they don't do anything. I mean, like Killzone 3 kind of. I don't know if the word is fixed it, but they did make it so your AI partner will come and revive you.
Oh yeah. No. In this one, the reviewer is saying that sometimes it felt kind of weird because he was hiding behind cover, and there was just a lot of shooting around him, and then there was shooting real close to him, and then he realized what happened was the AI what's his name? Old guy.
Oh, Sully.
Yeah, the Sully AI had run close to him, and then started ducked behind the same thing he was, and then started firing back and drawing fire. So.
I like what I'm hearing.
But they're saying that it seems like they actually can't aim very well, aka they were not actually killing the bad bad guys, as much, which kind of works out,
Right. I mean, that's kind of a good thing because, I mean, you don't want to be able to just sit there and let the gameplay itself. Okay. I mean, if you're going to do that, then just freaking watch Let's Play on YouTube or something.
Which I do. That's actually how I finished. What do you call it? What game was that? It's kind of the game that was shipped with the PS3, where it's like a character that has like blades, as a female redhead.
Oh, female redhead. I'm hitting the blank here right now. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Heavenly Sword.
Oh, right. That game was fun, but man, QTEs really broke the flow.
Well, that was back when QTE was the every game needed it for some reason.
Right. That was also a PS3 launch. Yeah, PS3 launch game. That was the first PS3 game I ever bought.
Yeah, I only know the whole game based on the fact that I kind of just watched a video of someone else Let's Playing it all the way through. Hey man, I'm cheap.
Yeah, speaking of Uncharted and PlayStation, what do you think the Uncharted franchise did for the PlayStation franchise? I mean, me personally, it's literally the reason I got a PS4.
It was weird because they were also stating that the original Uncharted was kind of like a tech demo. And if you want to think about it, I remember you and I spending like 20 minutes talking about the shirt drying.
Oh, right, how you can run Drake underneath a waterfall and then walking around in the sun and you can watch a shirt dry.
You know, and that was great. You know. And as you know, Uncharted, and it's weird because the podcast, the other podcasts I listen to, the two guys there are like on the record saying Uncharted 1 was great. Uncharted 3 was better than Uncharted 1, but Uncharted 2 for them was the best mixture. It had the best leap of technology between Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 2. It also had the best growth in storyline. Because
I can see that.
Because you remember, like in Uncharted 1, you had like, you know, you're basically saving the girl for the first half, and then together you're basically running to destroy one. It's kind of like a race to get to one thing, right?
Right.
In the second one, oh shoot, the first one was the Cursed Gold. What was the second one?
The second one was the Tree of Life or something like that.
Yeah. The Tree of Life, and once again, you know, but it had like, you know, climbing. You had like a whole city that you're running through with war torn, and you had the climbing thing.
So you had like the set pieces with the resistance guerrillas getting shot here and there.
Yeah, it actually had good set pieces and a lot of other things, and then Uncharted 3 was a lot more backstory, and it was just trying to explore Drake's history, but you know, it jumped around a lot, and I could see where people would like Uncharted 2 over Uncharted 3 better. And you know,
the thing is, if we're basing things on just like mechanics and tech improvement, I think in a way that's a little bit unfair because I mean you reach a point where you just kind of like plateau. There's only so much improvements you can do.
I don't know, man. There are some things that I want.
I mean, with 3, the biggest thing for me was the ability to throw grenades back instead of having to break cover. And I mean, at this point, I can't think of too many things they can do. Maybe, you know, an aim down the sight feature for, like, instead of looking like, say, you know, usually have the rifle with a scope, you look down the scope, but I wouldn't mind seeing like an aim down the sight feature just to make a little bit more precise shots, but not quite, you know, not quite enough to snipe people with. Aside from that, for what it is, you know, third-person style kind of run and gun with climb mechanics. The only thing I can really think is maybe parkour mechanics, but I already had that in 3.
Yeah, they did. Remember that in 3 they had that chase across the buildings, right?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, no more drug sequence. I really, really hated that in 3. The one where you drank the water and you're fumbling around like a doofus. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Right. I hated that part too. It really broke. Make that into a cutscene or something.
You know, I'll even take it as a short, like, one section. But they made you do it twice. And I was like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this again?
I didn't mind the second time when it was actually like there's actual gameplay.
Oh, were you actually chasing the guy? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It turned out like you're fighting guys in the middle of an acid trip, and it got really weird. I didn't mind that because it was still a gameplay, but yeah, the first time where you're literally just holding up on the analog stick for like 10 minutes. Like that could have just been a cutscene.
Yeah, I wanted to like. Actually, I think at one point I did just kind of did something else, and yeah, I literally just held it in one hand, and then started like browsing the internet on my phone in the other hand, just waiting, just like partially getting through that section. It was retarded. I'm sorry. Like, and at the same time, in Uncharted 2, I don't remember any section that felt retarded. That's why I could see Uncharted 2 might have been just a little paced better and stuff. Just, I mean, we're talking about a series.
Yeah. It definitely had better pacing, definitely.
We're talking about a series of games where, as a whole, all together, it feels as good as like watching Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6 all together, and just how it fulfills a full story. Like the Nathan
You know,
Drake's.
the thing I like about Uncharted, the franchise, is for the most part, every game got it right. The gameplay was solid, and it had incremental improvements to the series. The plot was interesting to hold your attention, and the characters were really likable. I mean, I remember when Uncharted 1 first came out, and you know we got introduced to Nathan Drake. He felt like a cross between Indiana Jones and John McClane.
Yeah. No. Although another comment I heard about Uncharted 4 is that they were really, really, really trying hard to make Nathan Drake look like Nolan North. He just looks
Yeah, I heard about that.
more and more like Nolan North. So.
Well,
Anyway.
I mean, look at Killzone. They eventually made Vasari look like a bald Brian Cox.
Man, I'm just gonna go and just make a playlist of all Brian Cox's monologues and little quotes. You know, just cause. Speaking of which,
So it's gonna go from this rousing Vasari speech to I'll believe that when my shit turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet.
I was actually gonna more end with, anyone says that shenanigans again, I'll pistol with him. Hey, what's that place you like to go to? You know, the place with all the stuff on the list. Oh, what? The shenanigans? Oh.
All right. So back to Uncharted, though. Stone Fox Media has a video where he mentions that they're talking about the possibility of Uncharted 5. Well, what's your take on that? Like Uncharted 5, but by a different development studio.
Oh, that's going to be bothersome. I'm already worried about Uncharted 4 and not having the same story writer as Uncharted 1, 2, and 3.
Right, that's true.
She
left the company just before the project started.
You know, that worries me. Where they're going to try to put their money towards worries me. You know, I really want to continue supporting the franchise and the company because I like everything that they've done. There's nothing Naughty Dog has done that I dislike. I like 1, 2, and 3. I want to get into The Last of Us. It's on my list of things to buy and schedule time for. But I like the concept of it and how story-driven that was. And my only hope right now is that Uncharted 4, every reviewer I've listened to who's tried it out in person and tried a few things, who also were fans of 1, 2, and 3, were not disappointed. And also the developers have gone on record saying that they put a lot of what they learned from doing The Last of Us, which was very story-driven, very well-paced, very good.
That game, The Last of Us, that's a game I would give, at the very least, I give a 9.5.
Right, and they said that they took what they learned from that and applied it to Uncharted 4. So I'm looking for, from Uncharted 4, my expectations are, I want something that's going to have a good storyline, good pacing, character, once again, redevelop the characters and make you care for them. Actually, that was one of the really good things that the podcast, one of the other podcast people were talking about when they were trying it out. I think it was the guys from IGN. When they were playing the game, it had the feeling of playing with old friends again. Like when you were in the firefight with all the other characters, it felt like family, like putting on a nice, well-worn in, baseball glove. If anyone knows how that feels, it just feels right.
That's like I was saying earlier about the characters in the series. They made characters that you care about. I mean, how many these days? How often do you run into a game where that's the case? I mean, to tell you the truth, when it comes to Call of Duty, the only characters I care about in that series are the 4 original zombie guys.
Oh, The Russian, the
There's the
German,
Russian dude, the German dude, the Japanese guy, and the American guy. And all four of them are racist stereotypes.
Yeah, no, I care about those guys. I care about. I know. I'm a sap, but I did care about Cortana in the Halo series. I think her character development over the course of the 3 games was actually really amazing. That's about it, really. I don't really
Right.
care about any other. I mean, granted, I haven't played The Last of Us. I played the Walking Dead game that's more story driven with all quick time events, but I just like the story writing. It's been pretty good so far. I care about those characters, and I know that if I go back into playing XCOM and how you can modify your people that you send to the battle, and you can change their race, you can change their gender, you can change their look, you can give them names of people that you know. I know that I would actually try to make a squad of, you and just some people I know, and then I'll feel bad if they die. Like I would probably restart the game if any one of you guys died, just because I know that's how I'd be.
That's the kind of same way with Valkyria Chronicles. How they make it so you get to know your squad members and everyone has a backstory. On this note, a lot of people complain about how everything's getting sequels and all sequels. That's on this one. That's not exactly a bad thing because when a game like Halo or Uncharted gets a sequel, then that means they did it right. They made a game they made a series that was good enough to be continued. So it's not just, Madden and Call of Duty.
Well, you're not. The beauty part is that you're no longer not wasting time, but it's more like you no longer need to spend, a third of the gameplay introducing the characters and making you, care for them. You're spending more time developing the story for that iteration, and that does feel kind of good. Well, anyways, I'm gonna have to start to wrap this show up because I do have a meeting coming up.
Business on myself to take care of here too.
But any last words on anything that we covered today?
Pretty much. Just to recap with Doom, the Devler he got a tall order to meet, but then again, I wouldn't expect anything less from having to take up John Carmack, John Romero, and American McGeezy, I guess. And when it comes to Uncharted, all the new scenes. Uncharted is one of those what I call a perfect franchise, and every iteration they've done it right. You got great gameplay, good plot, characters that you care about. Like you become invested in the game for the game itself, not because hey, 5 of my friends are playing it, so I'm gonna go buy it too.
Well, for me, I have to say that I owe a lot of how I've grown up to first-person shooters in my life. It was one of my first real game addictions. I played Unreal Tournament. I played Unreal Tournament for hours upon hours in the modding community. Playing as small as an ant in a giant bathroom. And stuff like that. It's weird that people say that video games rot your brain and don't teach you anything, but I can accurately say resource management, video games. Not just real-time strategy, but I have 5 bullets. Multitasking, video games. Learn that too.
I have 2 rockets left. I just save them for a Baron of Hell and all these imps.
Coordination and teamwork. Yeah, I learned that from video games. Playing multiplayer games and just working as a team, got that too. So my hand-eye coordination is really good. So, and my attention to detail also good, and I attribute a lot of that to video games. It gave me skills. So, anyways.
I mean, well, yeah, I was gonna. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. I'll save it for the next time. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be either way. It's gonna be a good month coming up.
Yep, I'll probably be more broke than broke. Alrighty, well, for me, Boxer, and him, Dictator, I'd like to sign off and be happy with this first new episode of the reboot of The Raw Deal. Peace out.
Later.
Ooh.